everyone, I have had a request to do this page from Meine Reise Durch Asien by Rita Berman, and we have 9 little pictures on the page. I'm sure there have been other people that have done these as little videos, but I thought I would have a go as someone has asked me to. I'm trying to work through my requests. Actually, I've had various requests for different pages in different books, so I'm sort of techniques and items and things, and I'm just working through, which is good fun. It gives me a little bit of guidance as to what to do, as I actually have a list of about 1 million pages that I want to colour, so narrowing it down a bit is rather good. This first one we have is a picture of a sort of lantern, so that's going to be fun. I picked out my Castle Art Soft Touch pencils for this page. I'm just having a little think about this picture and colours. I'm quite liking the idea of reds and golds, maybe yellow in the background. So I think I might start with the yellow in the background and then go from there really. So I'm going to use this lemon yellow. I have the 72 set, by the way, so I have a slightly more limited colour palette than some of you who will have the 120. But hopefully, well, I know it will give me enough. I'm thinking a yellow background because we've got all this light coming from these lanterns, so it sort of makes sense to me to make it yellow. But, it's sort of just nice and easy really. Pop some yellow down and it'll go with the colours that I'm thinking of doing all the lanterns as well. I was thinking red and gold seems quite a natural choice, but I may do some oranges or different shades of reds because we've got quite a few different ones here, so I might do that, but I'm not sure yet. We'll just see how it goes really. I haven't done much in this book for a while. I've been sort of concentrating on winter pictures of Rita's, and also then I want to finish her seasons book, so I've been doing quite a bit in there. It's nice to hop into a different book, do something a little bit different. All her pictures are really lovely and lots of fun, so it doesn't really matter to me which I do, but it can be nice to just mix it up a little bit sometimes. Now this book of Rita's has actually been reprinted. I can't remember which country, but in one of the Asian countries. None of her other books have been reprinted in a different language, and this one has been, and she was so excited. I'm really pleased for her, and I think that's so lovely, because obviously if you're not from Asia and you're doing a book with an Asian theme, it could be a little bit nerve-wracking that whether you've captured it quite right, you know, not living in the country. But I think that's a really big thumbs up for her, showing that she's done her research really, really well. And I'm really, really pleased for her, so I think that's lovely. I always quite fancy getting foreign language editions of different books. I mean, this is German anyway. There's not a lot of writing in it. But I always think it's quite fun. It'd be quite fun to sort of get one, particularly a sort of Asian language, or I can't think of other word, different ones that have different letters to us, which you know, different shapes of letters, or even words, you know, you write one symbol for a whole word and things like that, like you do in sort of Chinese, I think, or some Chinese languages. I think it's really interesting and fun. So anyway, I'm going to sharpen my pencil and just do, I've left my sharpener next door, bear with me. Right, I sharpened it as well while I was off camera. I'm just trying to do these bits in between here to get the fill in all the gaps. It's really hard for me to see yellow. I don't know whether it's just me or whether everybody finds it hard to see, but I really struggle with seeing whether I've actually coloured it or not. So just going over the bits that I think I may have missed. I think if I put my head really close to the page I'll be able to see it, but I won't do that because you don't want to see the top of my head under the camera. A blurred bit of hair, that'd be attractive. So really, if it doesn't look right, I'm sorry, but what I'm trying to achieve is just a block of yellow in the background. I might go over the corners in a different colour later, but I haven't quite planned it all out yet, so I'm going to wait and see. Now the circles, I thought I would do them all in the same colour. I'm just having a little look. I really want a sort of goldish colour, but I'm only one pencil because they're small. So I'm going to use this yellow ochre light. To me that's quite dark, not light, but yeah. Oops. There we go. And I'm going to try and go a little darker on the outside and fade towards the middle. I'm sorry if you're struggling to see. I find this bit, let me hold up the side of the page a bit, it'll lie a bit flatter. So it's quite tricky when you're colouring near the spine on a page that you haven't opened very much before. Paper can curl up a little bit. There we go. And we'll move on to all these. I'm just going to do all the circles, as I said, the same. Now I'm not sure whether I would prefer these to have a bit of shine, and I had thought, oh, when I go at my pencil sharpener I'll grab my pens, but I didn't. I may have to go and grab those in a minute, but we'll see. I may have another plan, but let's get the basic pencil done first. Have a look and see, and then have a think. That's my plan. So these don't look really gold, but I think with my plan it'll work. You're going to have to wait and see what it is. Let's just hope I don't completely forget. I just did something then to remind me. Put the thing that I'm planning on near me, so remember. Right. That's our circle. I've got one star. I'm thinking I'm going to do it the same. There we go. Now, excuse me. Now for our lanterns, they need to look as if they've got a light inside. That's not the easiest thing to portray with coloured pencils, but I shall show you. I think I'm going to use the red ochre for my first one. It's quite an orangey red. And I think it's going to, sorry the light's a bit weird, going to give the effect that I'm looking for. Now I'm not going to do the top bottom tassels, those are going to be gold, I've got to have a little think about those. But around the edge, now I really want it to be very dark around the edge, so I'm going to put a few layers around and around. And then I'm going to sort of slightly reduce how much I'm putting down as I come towards the centre. And I think what that can portray is that there might be a light in here. That's our candle. I'm not sure how these are actually powered these days, whether they still put candles in or whether they use electric candles maybe, or battery powered candles. So I'm going around a lighter and lighter. Like that. So there's not a lot in the middle. I'm going to do that again a bit more, just really intensifying that red around the edge, and then less around like that. I'm thinking in that very centre, having a little bit of yellow might emphasise that look. I'm just choosing, I think I want the brilliant yellow, which is quite an orangey yellow, sorry, like that. And I'm just going to go around in this centre part with this, and I'm hoping that it will just make it look like there's some light in there. There we go. And I've actually decided, having done that one, I'm going to do them all the same. I think for me that's going to work. You could try using different shades of red and orange like I had said I was thinking of doing, but actually for me this is just the right red that I was looking for. There's not a great range of reds in the soft touch. I mean, we've got the scarlet red, I think there's a vermilion and a cadmium red, and some of them are quite pinky, and a Venetian red. So this one's quite orangey. I wouldn't say it was a nice neutral red, but that's exactly what I'm looking for really. So coming all the way around, and as I say, less here, so less layers, start to layer less, but we want it to look fairly smooth, the transition to lighter colour, like that. I'm just going to do all of them and then do the yellow after. I think it's a little bit easier that way. Yeah, just checking you can see now here, I've got a gap, so I'm going to not make that red. I'm actually going to put some yellow in that gap when I use my yellow in a minute. This one's a different shape, so it's going to be a challenge to think about how's that one going to look, but I think we'll be okay. And keep going around and around. Now, I was saying earlier that I'm working through the requests. I've got one other to do, and then I'm sort of through my list. So if there's anything you want doing from any book, let me know. Now, I don't have every book in the world. Obviously, I'd have a lot. I have all of Johanna Basford's books. Although I don't have a copy of Secret Garden on the go at the moment, or Enchanted Forest, or Magical Jungle. But I have Lost Ocean, Ivy, World of Flowers, and Rooms of Wonder on the go. I have all of Rita's books, all of them on the go at the minute, so those pages. I have quite a lot of Hannah Coulson, and a couple of Kirby's, a couple of Lulu Mayo, which I'm going to do some from soon, I think. Whether they might not be videos, it might just be for me. I haven't done any of hers for ages. So I think it's because I looked through for Christmassy pictures and there wasn't really anything, so I sort of popped them by. So but I need to grab one again, as they really are very cute books. And what else do I have? I have Morgan O'Brien's Welcome to the Village and Floral. I have what else do I use? Oh, I've got Malponomy Chatsipanagiotu's Nature Mandalas and Circle of Life. Not sure. Can't think what else I've got. I feel like I've got everything, but I haven't. So yeah, if there's any particular author, we're going to go in with the yellow, or any particular book that you want me to do, and let me know, and I will have a go. I can't promise 100% that I'll do it. Depends on my confidence with that particular book, picture, etc. But you know, I'll see what I can do. I'm planning a lot more from Rooms of Wonder, by the way. I've been asked to do the Owl Post page, which I will do. It'll be my next one, I should think, from her book. But there are lots of pages with smaller pictures on, which I'll probably do as well, because they're a lot of fun to do as mini videos, a bit like this one, but this is going out as slightly longer afternoon videos, I think, for this page. But I'm not sure yet, I haven't decided. Right, there are our, I think they look quite good all matching. You may not agree, but it's totally up to you. Now, as I say, I want to do some gold, and it's a little tricky. I have a lot of space on our picture for fitting gold in. So what I'm going to do, whoops, is drop my pencil. That's not, you don't have to, use the sepia, and do a little bit here to start with. So we're going to start to build up a goldish colour. I'm not going to start too dark, because because we don't have a lot of space. So all these areas that I want to look gold, I mean these circles I wanted to look gold, but they're not. They're going to be done slightly differently because circles are quite small. I know we've got some small ones there. It'll also make them look different to these, which I think is important. I think I need a bit of white and yellow in there. Right, there's the sepia. Now I need a slightly brownish colour. I think I'm going to pick a different shade to the one I've used for the circles. It's that sort of shade I'm looking for. But we use this one, it needs to be sharp, which is the terracotta light, just so it's slightly different. And just extend our little area of colour. On all the bits. I notice I've missed that one. I'm just going to colour that now. This is I may have coloured it might just be faint. There we go. And also I missed a bit of pale yellow, I think, in there. This is the lemon yellow. There we go. Right, let's get back to our terracotta light. Sorry, that's probably very blurred. I did have a look at the sky. I was saying in my last video that I recorded this morning that was looking really snowy, but it doesn't, it's just cloudy. But I don't know. We were forecast for snow about a week ago. They said we were going to have snow today. They changed their mind and said it's not going to snow at all. In fact, it's just, oh, that's my elbow. It's just going to be dull, sunny, I mean, and it's not sunny. It's cloudy. We'll see. Okay, my yellow for this part is going to be the cadmium yellow. This is going to be my final colour. I'm going to leave a little bit of white, as I always do with my gold, to make it look shiny. And I'm going to colour over everything. It's not my piece of paper that's behind here isn't quite, there we go, in the right place. It's better. It's always wise to make sure that you're not if you've got a piece of paper underneath that you're colouring over, make sure that you're not colouring over the edge of it and it'll leave you a little funny line in your colouring. You probably know that anyway by now. Right, we are nearly there. Yeah. So that is that, and I'm happy with those, but these are looking a little bit dull. So what I've decided to do is to use some stickles on them. This is just gold stickles, okay? I'm just going to shape them down a little bit. There we go. And use them on each circle a little bit. Ooh, make a little bit of a noise. Just going to get them going on my scrap paper. There we go. I always get a bit nervous the first splodge in case it's just glue and no glitter and things like that. There we go, getting some glitter out. I'm trying to make it as thin as I can. It's quite difficult. But I just do my best, have some fun with it, and they're so really shiny that they always look really nice. I'm spreading from this one here where I put too much down onto the others. Now, do I do it on the star as well? Or do I do something slightly different with the star, is the question in my head. I think I might do them on the star. Quite difficult because of the shape of it. Maybe I should have used a glitter glaze pen, but never mind, done that. So you could use a gold glitter pen for this. I would have done had I had one in here, I was a bit lazy. Well, because my husband's Paulie's next door, means I have to open all the doors up to go through. Normally when I record I'm on my own, so I can leave all the doors open. It's easier to nip next door and just grab things. I don't know if you can see how shiny this is. The bottle's making great little noises. I did have someone gift me a little tool which they thought would make a good spreader for glitter, and they were right, it is, but for small spaces like this it's too big, but it's okay. I'll just have a go, do my best. Now when you apply glitter glue, colouring on the back can be a little tricky, but I usually manage. Make sure you put some paper between the pages so that the glitter doesn't transfer to the opposite page. It will a bit anyway, but if it's loose you can just whoop, there's a big splat. Let's spread that around a bit. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Yeah, you can brush it off with a brush. I just have a lovely makeup brush that someone sent me. There we go. So the last one's a bit messy. I'm just going to use the tool, which is just this sort of, it's a baking tool apparently, to just scrape off a little bit of that glitter. There we go. And the other end, it's clean. Just scoop it off a bit. There. Now I need to clean that off, or else it'll stick on there, which is okay. Now we have a few star shapes, which I'm just going to do as well. I shall point them out to you in a moment. These, and I'm going to use my Gellyroll number 700, which is just a glitter pen, to do those, because I think they need to stand out as well. But this glitter's much finer, so it looks a bit different. There's one up here, and there's a star here which we'll do as well. There we go. And now I'm just going to tip it so that you can hopefully see the shine on the, that bit. It's really hard to show you, on near the spine. There you go. You can just about see it. Now I'm wondering whether to use a white pen. I think I am, to add, see these lines on the lanterns? I'm just going to use my white Posca to put a few marks on there. Just where these lines are. I'm not going to cover them fully. I'm just going to put a few white lines across. I think it would just add a bit of interest and draw our attention back, because there's so much glitter that we're probably looking at the glitter and maybe not focusing on these, and these should be the centre of our attention really, I think. So I think just by adding, these are quite rough. I don't want to necessarily completely obscure the black. I just want to bring your attention to them really. There we go. So just a little bit of white on there as well. So I think that is quite enough. It's fun though. Now do we do these little tassely bits in white? No, I don't think they'll show up on the yellow background. One last thing I was thinking is maybe in the corners put a bit of a darker colour, because, oh, I just put my finger in the glitter. Of course I did. It almost indicates that we need some darker colour in the corners, but I'm not, I think there's quite enough going on in that picture. It's lots of fun though. I hope it was okay. I am going to finish now, but say thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a really good day, and we'll carry on with this page. So there will be another video from this page probably tomorrow. But for now, thank you so much for watching and happy colouring.